would I have to change my name to be accepted by society?
He is the son of convicted killer Stephen Avery, and he's telling Fox 11 tonight his life has been turned upside down, not because of anything he did, but because of his family name. Good evening, everyone. It appears the impact of Stephen Avery has gone well beyond the family of the woman he's convicted of killing.
His son Bill says carrying the Avery name has become a burden, but he has no plans to change it.
In 1985, Stephen Avery was convicted of rape. After 18 years in prison, DNA evidence exonerated Avery. He was released from prison in 2003. About 2 years later, in 2005, a freelance photographer, 25-year-old Teresa Halbach, disappeared after taking a picture at the Avery property in Manitowoc County. Avery and his nephew, Brendan Dassey, were arrested in relation to the disappearance. In the spring of 2007, both Dassey and Avery were tried and convicted of Halbach's murder.
Now, while those directly involved in the Halbach murder case were certainly affected, so too has been Stephen Avery's family. His 4 children, including twin boys, who we have not heard from for years. What have their lives been like? One of those sons, who was in the Army overseas during the trial, talked with Becky DeVries, who has tonight's Fox 11 follow-up.
You likely know Stephen Avery as a convicted murderer, but to Bill Avery, Stephen Avery is dad.
He went to prison when we were only 10 days old.
Stephen Avery went to prison in 1985 for rape. 18 years later, DNA evidence exonerated him. Bill says he really doesn't know much about his father because he has been in prison most of Bill's life, where he and his siblings visited him.
He was a pretty good guy. He always wanted us by the table so he could collaborate with us and everything, and just always talk to us and stuff. And when we go in another room, he'd want us to come back so he would actually get the chance to see us. But those are really the only memories I have of him.
Bill Avery has 3 siblings and a half-brother. His mother was married to Avery. This is a picture of the family when the twins were babies back in 1985. Nowadays, Bill and his twin brother Steve, who live in Manitowoc County, are often recognized as Stephen Avery's sons.
If we go buy a pack of smokes and they card us, they would see it and see our name and be like, oh, so you're an Avery, or... Yeah, I mean, it happens quite often, actually.
Bill says he and his brother are recognized a couple of times a week.
Most of the questions we get asked is like, do you think he did it? Or what do you think about this, about more or less him?
During Avery's 2007 trial, the twins were not around. Both of them were serving in the Army at the time. Bill did 2 tours in Iraq, Steve
Avery,
1.
Guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
Though he wasn't in the country at the time of his father's murder trial, Bill disagrees with the verdict.
He could have did it, but I don't think he did. I think he was just more or less framed from somebody.
Bill says he is proud of the Avery name. It's part of who he is. But he also says it makes life difficult sometimes.
It's extremely hard now to get a job without being ridiculed, or just showing our ID without somebody looking up at us and expecting us to pull a gun out or something.
Bill, now 23, got out of the Army last year. He grew up with limited contact with his father, which is how he now continues his life in Wisconsin.
It really doesn't faze me because that's already how it's really been, and that's all I know. When you can't miss nothing you never had.
And Bill Avery says one of his sisters maintains contact with their father, but Bill himself hasn't had much contact with his father in the last 6 years. Bill says, however, he would like to get to know his father, Stephen Avery, better in the future.